Hey, welcome. This is the Red World, Green World course, and I'll tell you how it evolved. I've been working with Margaret Chaney for 7 years. She's now 100 years old, and she eats meat, wheat, and greasy potato chips, and she's sharp as a whip. And she's not into any kind of health or wellness program. She's only done one thing. She's lived by the discovery that she made. And it's an amazing discovery. Once you see it, you're going to be amazed that Margaret was the first person in history to make this discovery. She discovered that there's only two types of people on the planet: those that are aligned with the North Pole and those that are aligned with the South Pole. And she just gave them an arbitrary name. She called one group Red World and the other group Green World. And what she discovered was that the foods, medicines, and supplements that are beneficial for one group make the other group go weak. So we developed this course together. And so I summarized these findings over working with Margaret for years into a 1 hour course so that anybody can learn, because pretty much everybody's doing nutrition wrong and medicine and supplementation. It's all wrong unless you learn about Margaret's work. So it's critical. For example, you're either on one side or the other, and she's tested over 8,000 people. She even found that identical twins. She tested 80 sets of identical twins and found that in each case, one is red and one is green. It's a natural order of the universe. So in this course, you hear it directly from Margaret. I ask her pinpointed questions so that in 1 hour, in three 20-minute segments, you hear all the critical points. And not only that, the course teaches us to distinguish from whether we are red or green. It's the most important thing we want to know. So what's it valued at? It's like it's priceless, because so many people today are using all these advanced technologies, and they do have benefits. For example, you could pay $500 for stool samples to analyze what you should and shouldn't eat, or other scientifically based food things that'll help you determine what's beneficial and what's not. And they all have some value, but they're not as valuable as what Margaret's provided here with her discovery. So I'll give you some examples of how that, the significance of it. So her niece and a couple of her niece's friends were telling her that they all had these iodine injections as part of some kind of screening test. And in each case, there were like 3 adverse reactions, and one was serious, that somebody had to be rushed to a hospital. So these are the kind of things that happen, and she could tell in advance that iodine is beneficial for red world people, but not beneficial for green world people. So everybody should know this. As well, for example, marijuana makes green world people strong, and it makes red world people hallucinate, and vice versa with morphine. Morphine is fine for red world people, but makes green world people hallucinate. And Margaret said it would be their worst day ever. So you could avoid all these adverse reactions, and it gets more serious than that. With transplants, we can know in advance through Margaret's discovery whether the organs transplanted are going to be rejected or not, because green world people are best to get organs from green world people and not from red world. Otherwise, you're going to be fighting it all the time, and you're going to need massive doses of anti-rejection drugs. So this is something that is critical and needs to be out there. It's not available. And what we've done over years is, for example, we started with foods, and we tested about 800 different foods. So Margaret published the book Red World, Green World in 1995, and Margaret and I updated the lists over the years. So now there's about 800 foods on our list, and we've put them into either a red world or a green world classification. So all you have to do is take a look at whether you're red or green. So this is invaluable information, and you'll see the significance of it when you do it, and it's in an easy form. You just watch the videos, and then take a half hour to look at the charts and the pictures, and you'll have access to this information that hardly anybody knows about, but it's very critical. Thanks for being here.